Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Mona School of Business and Management Masters Talk. Today, we'll be looking at our Masters in Accounting program. I'd like to express special welcome, I think you see him there, to Mr. Leighton McKnight. Those of you who are interested in accounting or have been in accounting would know who Mr. McKnight is. And he is our executive in residence at the Mona School of Business and Management. I'd like us, first of all, to get an overview of the school. What is it that we do? What are our accolades? And then we will go into the actual MSc program. At that point, I'm going to ask Ms. Nadia Tracy, those of you who are going to join us and join this program, that is the person that you will be waking up with and going to bed at night with Ms. Nadia Tracy. So she will take you through the nitty-gritties of the MSc Accounting program. Okay, right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. As you see, our full name, Mona School of Business and Management. The degrees we offer, of course, are degrees from the University of the West Indies. No, we are a key plank of the UWI's Mona's value proposition to its constituents in Jamaica and across the region. We offer a range of undergraduate and postgraduate degree programs. And it's complemented with a unique academic program, which we offer, which, of course, cutting-edge consultancy services, which are a part of MSBM, and, of course, public policy research. So we offer a full menu of academic degrees, approaches, consulting, and policy research, which is critical, of course, to our regional development. In 2011, our MBA was accredited by AMBER, which you know is a very, 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 very important organization. It's the Association of MBAs. And we were reaccredited in 2014 and in 2017. In 2014, we were awarded the Best of Chamber Small Enterprise prize by the Jamaica Chamber of Commerce. 2015, we were recognized among the top 3 winners of the Project Management Organization of the Year Award. And we were recognized by the Project Management Institute for excellence in project management. In 2022, several of our master's programs have been ranking in the top 10 in Latin America by I always have a difficulty with Eduniversal. Eduniversal. Of course, we're a partner of the World Economic Forum for administering the Global Competitive Survey for Jamaica. We have been named as an authorized training provider by the Project Management Institute. And perhaps some of you who are here with us today may have actually done our project management program. Mona School of Business and Management, what is our vision? To be an excellent, globally recognized business school rooted in the Caribbean. And our mission, to advance learning, create knowledge, and foster innovation for the positive transformation of Caribbean enterprises through the development of world-class business professionals and research-based solutions. And you can see, of course, all our accolades, our rankings, our associations of which we are affiliated. And we can promise you that we are a first-class business school. Now, I'm going to, before we look at the MSc Accounting program in particular, I just want to remind you, for those of you who may know, for those of you who do not, this is the menu of graduate programs which we're now offering. We have the MBA, of course, which has been our flagship program. We have our MSc in Accounting, We have the MSc in Computer-Based Management Information Systems. We have the MSc Corporate Finance, which is one of our newer programs. We have the MSc in Enterprise Risk Management, which is a joint program with our Department of Mathematics. We have the MSc Marketing and Data Analytics program. We have our MSc Logistics and Supply Chain Management, and we have our MSc in National Security and Strategic Studies. So as you can see, a really impressive menu of graduate programs. I'm now going to invite Ms. Nadia Tracy to go into detail in our MSc Accounting program.
Thank you, Ms. Eaton. Good afternoon, guys. So my name is Nadia Tracy, and I am the program coordinator for the MSc Accounting program. So for those of you who will be joining us in September, you will be seeing me quite a bit and interacting with me quite a lot as well. So I will just give you a quick run through of what the program entails. Now, the MSc in Accounting is designed to produce accounting thinkers and practitioners to meet the demands of a competitive business environment. And this program was designed based on international developments in accounting education in recent years. Now, this program, there are benefits to be had when you do this program. I'm sure most accountants that I know, they all aspire to be chartered accountants. Now, once you have completed your degree with us, you can become a chartered accountant with the ICAJ, which is the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Jamaica. Once you have completed the MSc Accounting program and you have that degree and you have 3 years working experience, you can actually join up with ICAJ to become a chartered accountant. For the accounting program, we also offer scholarships to our students. We have 3 scholarships, and I do believe that our accounting program is the only graduate program at MSBM that offers this many scholarship opportunities. So we have the ICAJ Kenneth Chung Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is open to our second-year students. We have the JMMB Joan Duncan Memorial Scholarship and the George Wiley Scholarship. Now, these 2 scholarships are open to both first-year and second-year students. So once you get into the program, guys, and you see the information sent out from me about these scholarships being open, just go ahead, jump on it, get your applications in as quickly as possible. Now, you will be doing 11 courses in the program. Most of the courses will have 2 components, the coursework and the final exam. Majority of the courses, your coursework will be group work, working on a group project, and the coursework usually values about 40%. The final exam is, of course, individual, and that is 60%. Now, you have to pass both components of the course in order to be considered successful in the course. So let me just give you a quick run through of the courses. We have advanced financial reporting, and in this course, you'll be looking at financial reporting as the name suggests. So social accounting reporting, international financial reporting, stuff like that. There's a taxation course where you will be looking at personal and corporate taxation for Jamaica. You'll also be looking at tax planning, tax administration. And actually, the lecturer for this course is someone who works in the field. He actually works with TAJ. We also have a management information systems course, and this course features fundamentals of computer-based information systems. Now, we are in the technology age, right? So most organizations expect their employees to have some level of IT competence. We're not going to dive deep into IT, but you will learn enough to the point where you're comfortable around IT concepts, applications, and you're able to use these to carry out your job functions. We also have a course, Legal Environment of Business, where you'll be exposed to the legal system and its importance in business. We have Advanced Financial Accounting, where you look at financial accounting concepts. You look at things like financial statements. You look at accounting for limited liability companies, various kind of industries, stuff like that. There's also Advanced Management Accounting, which is, as the name suggests, management accounting. So you look at cost management, management control systems, things like that. Now, corporate finance and financial markets and investment, those are two finance courses. And with these courses, you'll be able to get an understanding of financial decision making, financial theory. You'll be exposed to things like cash flow techniques, capital budgeting and evaluation, working capital management. You get an understanding of the investing environment, both at an individual and an institutional level. And you'll also be able to understand the financial markets more. You'll also be doing an auditing course. And of course, auditing and accounting, they kind of go together. So you'll be exposed to auditing as well. There is an accounting research and related theory course. This is like a research methodology course where it will teach you how to design and implement research that will be relevant to your field. You'll also have corporate environment and strategy course. And this course, you will be exposed to developing and executing organizational strategy at the firm level, at the industry level, and probably even nationwide. And then the final course will be your research project. So the research methodology course will prepare you for this. And with the research project, you will be exploring a research topic that you value, and you will be able to use things that you've learned throughout the program to carry out your research for your final project. Right, and as you can see, the program starts in September for you guys. And as was mentioned, it's 11 courses and then the final project. Now, we have the part-time and full-time program. We haven't had a full-time program since 2019 because this program is subject to number of applicants, and we haven't had enough number to guarantee warrant having a cohort. Not sure as yet what will happen for 2024, but we always have a part-time program, and this is a 24-month or 2-year program where it's an evening program, if you want to put it that way. So you'll be having classes 2 evenings per week, any 2 days between Monday to Thursday. You will have 2 courses per semester, 3 semesters per year. And so you'll be doing 6 semesters for the entire 2 years. Now, how can you get into the program? Before I talk about the requirements, I just want to make a note that the MSBM department, we are governed by Office of Graduate Studies and Research. So we follow their regulations and their guidelines. And as such, when your entry requirements, your applications, it will be examined not just by us at MSBM, but it will also be vetted by Office of Graduate Studies and Research. Now, to get into the program, applicants need to have a bachelor's degree or its equivalent in accounting with a GPA of 2.5 or higher. Now, what if you don't have a GPA of 2.5? Well, all hope is not lost. If your GPA is lower than 2.5, you may be considered if you have at least 2 years working experience in accounting, any other professional qualifications in that area, and if you're successful at an interview conducted by MSBM. Match your applicants, there's hope for you as well if you don't have a first degree in accounting, but you may be considered if you have at least 10 years working experience in accounting and other professional qualifications in the area, and if you're successful at an interview held by MSBM. So there are options out there if you don't have the GPA of 2.5 or the first degree. All right, so applications are open. You just go online, submit your application, submit the supporting documents, and as was mentioned before, your application will be vetted not just by the MSBM department, but also by Graduate Studies. Once a decision has been made, then you will receive official communication from Office of Graduate Studies and Research. And that is it for the overview of the program. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, Nadia. We're now going to open the floor for questions and answers. Before I do, though, I'd just like to introduce you to our Deputy Executive Director, that's Dr. Indiana Minter-Coy. And Dr. Mintakoy? Yes, okay, if he's not on camera. And of course, remember, I mentioned Mr. Leighton McKnight. I hope I'm not imposing on you, Leighton, but I would really welcome a few words to our participants from you, given your experience in accounting and in this area for decades.
Archer, let me say good evening to all our, I wouldn't say prospective students, I would say students to be shortly. And again, you know, the MSc Accounting is a good course for you to enroll in. By way of background, as you'd have heard, I'm a chartered accountant. I am a graduate of MSBM, and I used to lead PricewaterhouseCoopers, one of the leading audit firms in Jamaica. And I also served as the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Jamaica, and also as a vice president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Caribbean. I'm also now what you call a member of the Public Accountancy Board. So Public Accountancy Board will regulate accountants in terms of practicing accountants. I was mentioned by Miss Nadia Tracy, the MSc in Accounting at Mona, UWI Mona, is a special course in that it's the only one in the region where after you have matriculated with the requisite experience, you can apply and become a chartered accountant. You can only be a chartered accountant if you're a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Jamaica. And that body has a number of routes to get to membership. And the MSc Accounting, because of a special memorandum of understanding with Mona School of Business and Management, allows students to, after 3 years experience, to become members of ICAJ. And obviously, once you have become a member of ICAJ, with the requisite experience, you can become what you call a practicing accountant. That means you could sign in audit reports and so on. So again, I think it's a very good investment to get to the chartered accountant status in good time. So welcome, and I'm here in case there are any questions. Back over to you, Shirley.
Thank you so much, Leighton. I'm now going to open the floor and invite questions from our participants. You can write it in the question and answer box, and we will read it out and respond. Okay, we have a question here saying, what if I'm not able to get references, especially the academic reference? Would any of our panel like to respond to that?
Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Dawn Morgan. I am responding to that question. There are several persons who can submit reference report for you. If you're having difficulty getting an academic report, you can also get one from your current or previous employer. Somebody's microphone is open. Somebody's microphone is open. Right, sorry about that, guys. So you can get one from your current or previous employer, a minister of religion, a justice of the peace, or the head of a service organization of which you are a member. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you so much, Dawn. The other question we have here, what if I have a bachelor's in business administration? We would look at your transcript. We have to be satisfied that you have a certain number of critical accounting courses. Now, if you do not, you can, in fact, apply to the university undergraduate program to complete certain courses as what we call a specially admitted student. When you complete the course successfully, then you can matriculate fully into our master's program. So in the event you don't have all the required courses to matriculate fully into our master's program, you can in fact do these courses as a specially admitted student. And many of our students actually have done that. Okay, Liz is asking if the reference can be 2 lecturers. Dawn?
Yes, there is no problem with 2 of your references being academic.
Okay, somebody is asking what is the cost of the program or the range? Are we having anybody here from finance to assist us?
The current cost
Okay.
is 10,000 US for the entire program. We haven't gotten any new rates as yet, but that is the rate that we have now.
We heard that, folks, 10,000 US for the program. That's the present cost. Okay, Bridget is asking us, will this course be offered at WJC, the Western Campus, as I am in Trelawney? This is a little problematic for us. The offering at Western Campus is going to be dependent on the numbers of persons who apply. I noticed Miss Sandra Marsh, who is our chief cook and bottle washer in the WJC at WJC. I see that she's actually writing in the response. Okay, I'm trying to keep up. Okay. Okay, Manifa is saying I asked her to fill out the academic report. They directed me to my supervisor. Is this valid? I'm not sure exactly what you may be talking about there,
Manifa, yes,
Manifa.
I think she's saying HR. She asked HR for a reference and she was recommended to speak with her supervisor. Yes, if your immediate
Her
supervisor
okay, her HR department. Got it. Yeah.
supervisor fills out the form, it is valid. So you can go ahead and get that report done by your direct supervisor.
We have Bridget asking, is there a payment plan? Yes, Bridget, you can visit us, speak with our finance team, and there is an arrange a payment plan. So that is possible. Our class is only face-to-face. Oh yes, our classes are face-to-face. In unusual circumstances, for example, inclement weather, etc., we actually can go online. But our classes are face-to-face. Good evening. What if I didn't complete taxation 2 auditing 2 in my undergraduate program? That's okay. We just need to be satisfied that you completed taxation 1 and auditing 1. Does an MBA give any exemptions? Dawn, would you like to take that for us?
Okay, no problem. For all the graduate programs that are offered at UWI, you do not gain exemptions from the courses. You have to sit all the courses as they are prescribed. For the MBA, the core courses and the immersion courses, they are no substitute courses. The only point at which you can determine which courses you sit, it's when you get to your concentration. And that is if you take general management. If, however, you do a prescribed concentration, banking and finance, marketing, IT, MIS, etc., all 4 courses are prescribed. If you take general management, then you can switch courses or make up your own 4 courses as long as the schedule permits. But for all the core courses, there are no exemptions for the MBA and any of the other MSc programs.
Thanks a lot, Dawn. We have another question here. If I was accepted last year, but not for the MSc in accounting, I submitted all the relevant documents, deferred for the program that I was accepted for, completed the relevant prerequisites for the MSc in accounting at UWI. Now I reapplied for the MSc in accounting. Do I need to resubmit referee reports? It is my understanding. Sorry, go ahead, Dee. Go ahead.
Okay, for the documents that you submitted, all would apply except your resume, which you would require an updated resume, and your referees reports. If they are less than a year old, they will be used. If they are older than a year, you'll be required to submit new referees reports. So it depends on when last year your documents were submitted. They may have been dated. So what you could do is send an email. I'm going to put, I'm trying to see how I can share my email address with you, but you can just write it down. dawn.morgan@uemona.edu.jm. I will check and I will let you know the date on it and whether you need to resubmit or not. So that's dawn.morgan@uemona.edu.jm.
Okay, and I suspect that this is probably a question for Leighton. Good evening. After completing this MSc Accounting, what type of experience is required? Does it have to be, oops, sorry. Yes, does it have to be in an audit firm? I completed the course about 9 years ago, but I've worked in a government organization for over 5 years, and then as a director of finance for about 3 years. So you completed your MSc, after completing MSc Accounting, you're talking about the experience that is required. Do you have to go to an audit firm? You have over 9 years experience in a government organization, and 5 years of which you have been director of finance for, 3 of the 5 years you have been director of finance. Leighton, would you like to assist this participant?
Okay, so yes, Shirley. So the answer to that question is no, you not necessarily have to go to an audit firm. To become a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants, as I explained, there are 2 types of members. One, what you call, what we call a regular member, right? And then you have what you call a practicing member, okay? So if you are gonna be a regular member, that means you're not practicing, okay? Your regular job experience in accounting in the private sector or the public sector should give you enough, because there's a competence form that you have to complete, right? And you get, we have a lot of chartered accountants who are in government, 5 years experience, 4 years experience, 10, 20 years old. And then we have in the private sector. If it is that you'd like to practice accounting, becoming a member of the PAB that you can issue audit reports, that there's a higher standard. You're required to have 60 months experience, and you'd have to get 2 practicing accountants to sign off that you're competent. So it's 2 different routes. You're becoming a chartered accountant, no, you can't do it straight. But if you want to become a practicing accountant, you'd have to have another practicing accountant certifying that you have the competence. You'd have to work in an audit firm or work with a small accounting firm or some public accountant who can certify that you are ready to issue and sign financial statements. Hope that answers the question.
All right, we have another question here. Is 4 years after completion of my undergraduate sufficient time to commence a postgraduate degree? Certainly. And this other person saying, thank you. Also advanced financial accounting. I need a little clarification on what that question is asking. Perhaps it had to do with question asked earlier. I'm sorry, that person who said, thank you, also advanced financial accounting. I don't know if you want to okay, I see another question here from somebody. I completed my undergrad in 2016. Will that be good enough? Certainly. You know, the issue is not so much when you complete your degree as so much as what we would look at, which is why your resume becomes very important. What we'd also be looking at is your work experience. I'm not seeing any other questions. Oh, you've been 20 years in government. Okay. Bridget said she has worked 20 years in government. But certainly your resume would indicate the areas you've worked in, etc., etc., etc. And of course, we'd have your undergraduate transcripts, so we can see, you know, what courses you may have done, etc. And certainly, if we feel that you may need some refreshers or maybe additional courses, as I said to you, you can always do them as a special admitted student. Is the undergrad from CCCJ valid? That's Caribbean. Yes, certainly
The
it is.
Council of Community Colleges of Jamaica, if it's a Bachelor's of Science or BA or any other bachelor's degree, yes, but not the associate's degree. So once it's a bachelor's degree, we do accept it, but we don't accept associates for matriculation into the MSc or the MBA programs.
The next, thank you very much, Dee. If you receive a conditional acceptance, when must you complete the courses to get full matriculation? Well, we urge persons to do it as soon as they can. A lot of the courses that you may be asked to complete are offered usually in all 3 semesters of our undergraduate program. This says, can you provide a contact email or telephone number to obtain further information on registration with ICJ? Well, I'm assuming if you go to their website, they certainly would have their contact information there, and perhaps even more information that you may find interesting on the website itself. Yes, Liz?
Yes, so I was saying, yeah. So the Institute of Chartered Accountants, you know, the office at 8 Rupen Road, and there is both a student and a membership section. So if you call 9296082 or go on the website, an officer will give you all the information.
You want to repeat that number first, Leighton?
There are more than one, but the one I know in my head is 9296082.
Okay, thanks.
And there are maybe 2 others. And as you say, you can go on the website because the website is fairly informative. But a membership or a student officer is the best person to give you detailed information if you need it.
Okay, Shakira is saying, sorry, I just got an opportunity to join. Is this program only offered in Kingston and Montego Bay? Well, it's certainly offered in Kingston. Whether we offer it in Montego Bay will be determined on the number of persons who apply to do the program on our Western Jamaica campus. Do I have to complete advanced financial accounting in my undergraduate program? I have my little book right here. I'm just gonna let me just check the requirements in a minute to see the listing of courses that you have to have. Sorry, go ahead, Nadia,
I'll
please.
jump in. So advanced financial accounting is one of the courses under the MSc program. So no, it wouldn't be an undergraduate course that you would need to complete in your undergraduate program.
I suspect what the person is referring to is the financial reporting course at our undergraduate level. Yannick is asking, how can I get in contact with the finance department to hear about the payment plan? I think Dawn, but perhaps Dawn could also just advise.
I'm responding to her in the chat. I'm sending the financial information brochure, and in it, we have the email addresses and telephone numbers at which you can contact our accounting staff. It's msbm-accounting@uemona.edu.jm. Some numbers are also there where you can call to talk with one of our representatives. So that's msbm-accounting@uemona.edu.jm.
Okay, we have another question here. I have done a first degree with an overseas institution that's run by a Jamaican institution, but for some reason the principal died and I cannot get a transcript after several attempts. Can this affect my application?
Yes.
Yes. We have to see your transcript. We have to see what courses you did, what degree you received. We have to see what institution it is, etc., etc. Somebody just said this question is for Mr. McKnight. Okay. I'm not seeing the question though. Okay, perhaps the person will. Tiffany said, if it was done in the undergraduate level, will it be exempted advanced financial accounting? No, as we said earlier, we do not, for our master's programs, persons do not get any exemptions. They have to do the courses as set out by Nadia earlier. The other question is, if offered at WJC, would it be possible to enroll to start January 2025 instead of September 2024? I think Ms. Marsh is from WJC is answering that.
Okay, just to follow up on that, Ms. Eaton, for our programs, we accept students once annually. For the MBA, it is in August, and for all our MSCs, it is in September. So unfortunately, we don't have a January admission period for our programs.
All right, thanks. That's clear to everybody. We once a year we have our commencement. What do you have a timeline when the increases for the programs will be announced? I'm not sure what increases you're referring to here. Is it cost? What provisions are made for overseas students outside of Jamaica? Well, as we said earlier, our program is a face-to-face program. So we would not be able to, it's not an online program. So if you're overseas, unfortunately, you will have to attend here in Jamaica at our Mona campus. What is the major difference between taking the MSc in accounting and the ACCA exams to become chartered? Okay, I'm definitely turning this one over to Mr. McKnight.
Could you repeat? I'm not seeing it correct. Could you read it again for me, Sharon?
Yes, what is the major difference between taking the MSc in accounting and the ACCA exams to become chartered?
Okay, so that's a personal choice. As you know, the MSc is a local degree and a local entry. The ACCA is international. So, you know, it all depends. I mean, the ACCA, 9 out of 10 that will take you maybe, if you have a first degree, I'd estimate it take you anywhere between 3 to 5 years if you push hard, you know. With the masters, you know, under 2 years, you can be done. There are people who have done the masters in accounting and they have gone on to do the ACCA too, because they may be migrating and they figure, you know, the ACCA has more international currency. And some people do the CPA also, because if they want to go to the US, maybe they want to do a US exam. So it's a question of choice. There are different routes to become a chartered accountant, the ACCA, the masters, the CPA, and we have a Canadian exam also. So it all depends on your own plans. If you decide to stay in Jamaica, set up your own practice here, obviously the MSc will be cheaper and shorter. If you're gonna go overseas, you may want to look at some of the other international exams, but there's no reason why you can't do both if your mind change. And, you know, you'll be more advanced. In fact, people doing the CPA, most of the states in the US don't accept you for CPA unless you have a master's. Okay.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dean. Okay, this person was saying, yes, I'm talking about the cost for the degrees. I think that is in reference to if there were contemplated increases.
Yes,
please go
there
ahead.
is. I got an update from Mr. Reed just now to say that the increase proposed is from $10,000 to $11,000, and the final thing should be confirmed mid-March. So it's a $1,000 increase that's proposed, but we are waiting on the final confirmation, which will be made mid-March.
Okay. This person is asking, when is the deadline for September 2024 admission? It was on the slides a little early. It says March 31st is the application deadline for September 2024. What time of day are the courses offered? Nadia, you want to take that for us?
Sure. So the part-time program, it's that evening program. Classes are offered between 5 to 9 p.m. And you will be having classes 2 evenings per week, any 2 days between Monday and Thursday.
I think Miss Eaton got disconnected.
Okay.
I'm seeing a
you
question.
didn't hear me? Sorry, I got
Oh, you're back.
disconnected.
It seems that way.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
it might have been because I'm having some internet instability. The last one I looked at is the person said I have a BSc honors from UWI Cave Hill, upper second, and where would it put me in the MSc program? Well, it would make you a strong contender, clearly, for entrance into the program once we look at your transcript and see what courses you have done, etc. The next question. Oh, this person is getting a response from Sandra, said that she's in Mandeville. How would she attend? One person is asking us if we no longer offer classes on Sundays.
Well, not for the MSc Accounting. The MSc Accounting is a weekday class at Mona, that is. At WJC, they have Sunday classes. There are other MSCs that have classes on Sundays at Mona, but the MSc Accounting at Mona is a during the week program. But at WJC, the Western Jamaica campus, they have class on Sundays.
Okay. This person says, this question is from Mr. McKnight. Can you repeat what you were explaining about the practicing accountant as it relates to the ICAJ? So over to you, Leighton.
I believe Mr. McKnight jumped off for a bit. He should be back on shortly. So if we can go to the next question and then get back to that when he comes back on.
Sure. That is the last question I have so far.
Okay. Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we are, Leighton. Yes.
Yes,
the
so the
person is
question-
asking, yes, if you could repeat, you were explaining about the practicing accountant as it relates to the ICAJ.
Yeah, so as I said, for ICAJ, you have two types of membership. You have what you call general membership or practicing membership. The practicing membership means that you are authorized to sign off on reports, audit reports, and so on, which is a higher standard. To do that, you'll have to get a practicing certificate from what you call the Public Accountancy Board, the PAB, that regulates accountants. And as I was explaining, while you can get a regular membership, we call it associate membership with the masters, with 3 years experience, if you want to be a practicing accountant, you can open your own firm and issue audit reports and so on, you'll have to work with somebody who is a practicing accountant. It could be an audit firm or a sole practitioner, because that person will have to certify you that you had the requisite practical experience to be able to sign audit reports. And that is normally a longer time. You need 60 months minimum practicing experience to become a practicing accountant with the relevant certification. You only need 36 months or 3 years to be a general member. I hope that clarifies.
Okay, thank you so much, Leighton. This person is saying, I beg you for you to please reconsider online classes. This other comment, is the MSc Accounting co-op experience open to all? Or is there a grade requirement based on the performance during the program? Nadia, you want to take that?
So for the MSc Accounting, the co-op program is only applicable to full-time students. We don't have it on the part-time program. And as I had mentioned earlier, there's no guarantee as it if we're going to have a full-time group, because it is dependent on number of applicants. But it is only, under MSc Accounting, it is only open to the full-time students.
Okay, we have a comment here. I think MSBM needs to be more flexible in how they offer this program. Not everyone can attend after work. And I'm not sure how feasible it is for me to travel from Mandeville to Montego Bay sorry, from Mandeville to Montego Bay. Kingston would be much easier for me on Sundays. Please consider opening a Sunday group or an online class. To this person, we are continuously reviewing the market. We're continuously reviewing the manner in which we can offer our programs. And some of our programs are actually under review now. Some have been approved for both online and face-to-face delivery. The MSc Accounting program is presently being reviewed. So like everything else, nothing is static. So it may well be down the road that there's final approval for the offering both face-to-face and in some cases online. But unfortunately, we're not there as yet. Any other questions? Well, we're a little past 7 o'clock now, folks. Although we started a few minutes late, so we can still stay on for a few more questions. Thank you so much, everybody. Our hour is up. We really appreciate those of you who participated and attended this session. We want to bring to our attention that we have some upcoming sessions. On Wednesday, February 28th, we'll be looking at the MSc Marketing and Data Analytics program. On Wednesday, March 6th, we'll be looking at our MSc Computer-Based Management Information Systems program and our Logistics and Supply Chain Management program. And on Wednesday, March 13th, we'll be looking at our Corporate Finance program and our Enterprise Risk Management program. So thank you all so much for attending, and we hope we have stimulated your interest. And of course, you're given information as to where you can get further details if you wish, or come and visit us if you have some time. So thank you all very much. And those of you who may be interested in some of the other programs, you see the schedule there. Thank you also to my colleagues here at MSBM for providing information. Special thanks to Mr. Leighton McKnight, our executive in residence. All the best, folks, and we're expecting to see you all in September. Thank you so much.